Honored veterans and serving members of the Canadian Armed Forces, Your Worship, Philip Brown, Mayor of Charlottetown, Councillors Ramsey, Yankoff, McCabe, Deputy Mayor Cody,
and Councillor Bernard.
Am I missing someone else?
Councillor Bernard.
Councillor Bernard, welcome.
Thank you.
And Corey Stevenson, Deputy Mayor of Cornwall, and Steve Ogden, Mayor of Stratford. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. I am Major Reverend Dr. Tom Hamilton, Padre of the Prince Edward Island Regiment and Senior Reserve Chaplain for 36th Canadian Brigade Group. It is my privilege to welcome you to the 2020 Charlottetown Mayor and Council's Veteran Recognition Awards ceremony. This is an important evening of remembrance, honor, and celebration. Tonight's awards were created to recognize and honor citizens of the greater Charlottetown area for their military service during the Second World War, in Korea, in numerous countries as peacekeepers, more recently in Afghanistan, and also as reservists on PEI and throughout Canada. To the veterans and military members here tonight, we are grateful for your service, which has brought peace to troubled parts of our world and supported our country through difficult times, including aircraft tragedies, flooding, and other times of crisis. Whether overseas or at home, through your military work, you have faithfully served our country and safeguarded our nation's freedoms. And tonight, we collectively say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I now would like to invite our host for this evening, the Mayor of the City of Charlottetown, His Worship Philip Brown, to address us now.
Thanks, Tom, Reverend Tom. Good evening, everyone. Veterans, members of council, Councillor McCabe, Councillor Ramsey, Councillor Yankoff, Councillor Bernard, and our Deputy Mayor, Jason Cody, and Deputy Mayor Corey Stevenson from Cornwall, and the Mayor of Stratford, Steve Ogden. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for being our MC. I'm thrilled to host my second Veterans Recognition Ceremony this evening, and thank you all for being here to join me in recognizing and celebrating our veterans. Every Remembrance Day, we are called to remember and honor the brave men and women who have served and continue to serve in our military. It is a responsibility we all share as citizens who benefit from the liberties that veterans have fought so hard for, to carry forth this remembrance in our thoughts and in our actions. Poppies, pins, and monuments provide us with tangible reminders of the gratitude we owe members of our military for the sacrifices they make for all of us. These private and personal acts of remembrance can only be enhanced and deepened through public expressions of gratitude. As such, the significance of recognizing our veterans in ceremonies like this one cannot be overstated. To the veterans here with us tonight, we thank you. We are deeply grateful for the contributions you have made to ensure the qualities of life we enjoy every day are championed and protected. The City of Charlottetown, birthplace of Confederation, recognizes and will continue to recognize the efforts you and all Canadian veterans have made to maintain peace at home and abroad. It is because of the bravery, leadership, and tenacity exhibited by the veterans here with us tonight that we have the privilege of living in the best country in the world. What I admire so much about the veterans we are honoring this evening is their commitment to teaching and helping others, whether it is as mentors, instructors, inspirations to their cohort, or advocates for other veterans, your capacity to dedicate yourselves not only to your country, but also to your colleagues is truly admirable. It is also necessary to extend this recognition and appreciation to the generations of men and women who have served in wars long past, as well as those who have lost their lives of defending their country and people. I would like to honor them with the enduring words of Lawrence Binyon. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
We have all had to make sacrifices in the last few months, and it's evident again tonight as we congregate here at City Hall. From spending weeks in isolation to limiting contact with family, but this pales in comparison to the sacrifices of our veterans who heroically venture all across Canada or beyond its borders to protect their country and their loved ones. One can't speak about military sacrifice without also recognizing the family members of our veterans. It is by no means easy to give up precious time with one's child, partner, or parent while they serve. For this, I offer a special and sincere thank you to the family members present for your dedication and your strength. I would like to thank City Hall staff, Jill Stewart, for their part in putting this significant event together. Doug Dumais, who was also part of it, and Jennifer Gavin and Alicia Packwood have made great efforts to make this happen tonight. And I can't forget that Reverend Tom Hamilton has been very important in this whole organization and has for how many years?
Since the first
would be 10 plus years.
10 plus years.
I'd also like to recognize the efforts of Major Reverend Dr. Tom Hamilton, and thank you again, who not only served as our MC tonight, but vetted the nominations on our behalf and wrote the biographies of each award recipient for tonight's ceremony. Again, Reverend Tom, thank you very much. Tonight we are here to celebrate you, our veterans. I'm very much looking forward to speaking with you throughout the evening, but as you know, there will be no post-event because of COVID protocol, so please enjoy the night. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Worship. Ladies and gentlemen, before we pay tribute to our veterans and military members we are honoring here tonight, I invite you for a moment to step back in time. Corporal Peter Hughes risked his life because he believed that Islanders killed in action deserved to be treated with dignity. It was the fall of 1916 during the Battle of the Somme. A very popular junior officer had been killed. Corporal Hughes volunteered to retrieve his body from no man's land. He set out under the cover of darkness, but the Germans regularly sent star shells up into no man's land. The Germans saw Corporal Hughes' silhouette and opened fire. Dodging mortars and machine gun bullets, Corporal Hughes found the body of the young officer and dragged him back so he could be properly buried. Without that act of courage, the officer's body would probably never have been recovered. Because of the 66,000 Canadians who died in the First World War, almost 20,000 of those have no identifiable grave. Their bodies were never found. Why did Corporal Hughes risk his life to save a dead body? Because to Corporal Hughes it was the earthly remains of his friend. Corporal Hughes wanted his friend to have dignity even in death. Lieutenant Robert Horn was another Islander fighting during the First World War. Lieutenant Horn helped establish one of the first Canadian medical hospitals in France. In early 1915, German aircraft attacked the hospital each day, and the Canadians had no guns and no way to defend themselves. When the opportunity came for Lieutenant Horn to be rotated out, he refused. He kept on serving. He kept on working despite constant enemy attacks. Months later, his health broke from mental exhaustion. He was evacuated to England for convalescence. Why did he stay working in that military hospital day and day under fire? Lieutenant Horn stayed there because he believed in providing dignity to the wounded. We may not be on a battlefield this evening, but we too are following in these islanders' footsteps. When we observe Remembrance Day by taking time to stop and remember, we are providing dignity to Corporal Hughes and Lieutenant Horn and to countless other islanders who don military uniforms and serve their country, and to all those who made the ultimate sacrifice and did not return. We will remember them lest we forget. And from the past, we move to the present. As I call each recipient forward, I invite them to pick up their plaque and certificate on the table here, and then to stand beside the mayor. And after I read a short description of the recipient's military service, there will be a photo taken and with his worship, and then the recipient can return to their original place. Your worship, I would invite you to come forward, and I'd also like to call forward the Deputy Mayor of Cornwall, Cora Stevenson. And I'd also like to invite the first recipient to come forward, Master Warrant Officer Chris Pachadler.
Yep.
Master Warrant Officer Chris Pachadler grew up in Charlottetown and enrolled in the regular force on 17 January 1987 in Charlottetown. For the next 30 years, his military service took him across Canada and around the world on multiple deployments. Master Warrant Officer Pachadler was trained as a communications research operator, with his longest posting being 2 Electronic Warfare Regiment, Kingston, Ontario, and frequently served as an electronic warfare instructor at the Canadian Forces School of Communications and Electronics. This training would serve him well for numerous deployments. Between 1990 and 1992, he served in Florida as part of a military exchange program with the U.S. Navy. In 1998 to 1999, he completed a tour of Bosnia. In 2005, he completed a tour in Kabul, Afghanistan, where he experienced enemy fire. In 2007, Master Warrant Officer Pachadler was part of another exchange with the U.S. military at Fort Gordon, Georgia, as part of the National Security Agency. In 2015, he traveled to the Middle East and completed a tour in Kuwait and Iraq. Master Warrant Officer Pachadler also completed 2 tours at Canada Forces Station Alert. Master Warrant Officer Pachadler's final posting was as Deputy Security Officer at CJOC, Canadian Joint Operations Center in Ottawa. In May 2017, Master Warrant Officer Pachadler retired from the Canadian Armed Forces and began work at Veterans Affairs Canada, where he presently serves as team leader for MyVac account operations. Master Warrant Officer Pachadler proudly wears the Canadian Forces Decoration with First Class, Special Service Medal, CFS Alert, Canadian Peacekeeping Service Medal, General Campaign Star, Southwest Asia, NATO Former Yugoslavia Medal, and the Operational Service Medal Expedition. He is married to Chantel, and their son Oliver is here tonight. Looking back on 3 decades of military service, Master Warrant Officer Pachadler has fond memories of the teamwork with the members he worked with, and throughout his intelligence work during multiple deployments refers to his time in uniform as a great adventure. Your Worship, Master Warrant Officer Chris Pachadler.
Thank you very much.
Want to get a photo here?
Yeah, sure.
Big smile.
Yeah.
Master Sailor Jeremy Gallant, come forward, please. Master Sailor Gallant grew up in PEI and joined 721 Communications Regiment Charlottetown when he was 16 years old. 2 years later, in 1990, he joined the Royal Canadian Navy as a naval weapons technician. After basic training at CFB Cornwallis, Master Sailor Gallant remustered to the trade of naval signalman. Throughout the 1990s, he served on each of Canada's coasts at CFB Esquimalt and CFB Halifax. In 1993 and 1994, he served in Haiti as part of the United Nations multinational force Operation Forward Action. In 2001, Master Sailor Gallant also served on Operation Apollo in the Persian Gulf. From 2007 to 2010, he was posted to HMCS Queen Charlotte in Charlottetown. Then in 2010, he moved to Halifax and remustered as an intelligence operator and worked in the intelligence cell at Trinity, Halifax. While working at Trinity, Master Sailor Gallant deployed on 3 tours. In 2011 to Libya as part of Operation Mobile, where they came under enemy fire. In 2015 to the Middle East as part of Operation Reassurance, and in 2017 to Bahrain as part of Operation Foundation. Over the years, Master Sailor Gallant has often been called upon to mentor students as an instructor at the Canadian Forces School of Military Intelligence in Kingston, Ontario. In 2018, he voluntarily released from the regular force and began his service with HMCS Queen Charlotte as a naval reservist, where he continues to work as senior intelligence operator. Master Sailor Gallant proudly wears the Special Service Medal with Peace and Expedition Clasps, SSM, the Canadian Peacekeeping Service Medal, the NATO Article 5 Medal for Operation Active Endeavour, the NATO Non-Article 5 Medal for Operation Unified Protector with Libya Clasp, the Southwest Asia Service Medal, and the Canada Decoration with First Class. In nearly 30 years of military service, Master Sailor Gallant served on HMC ships Halifax, Nipigon, Gatineau, Fraser, Montreal, Charlottetown, and Toronto. In reflecting on his 3 decades in uniform, Master Sailor Gallant fondly remembers the friendships and relationships on ship, the seriousness of their tasks, and the unexpected fun that often occurred. Your Worship, Master Sailor Jeremy Gallant. I'd like to invite Major Alan Manley to come forward. Major Alan Manley grew up in Charlottetown and joined the Prince Edward Island Regiment as an armored officer in the spring of 2005. Later that summer, he completed his basic Army and officers training at CFB Gagetown. In 2007, he moved to Oshawa, Ontario and served with the Ontario Regiment, where he completed his troop leader training. In 2009, he returned to PEI and resumed his work with the PEIR. Over the past 15 years, Major Manley has served as troop leader, operations officer, officer commanding headquarters squadron, battle captain, and his present role as officer commanding reconnaissance recce squadron. He also graduated from the year-long Army Operations Course, AOC, and is presently completing the Joint Command Staff Program, JCSP, to be qualified to eventually become a commanding officer. In 2017, Major Manley worked as liaison officer for Atul Kar, the UN Under-Secretary General at the UN Peacekeeping Defense Ministerial Conference in Vancouver. In this role, Major Manley coordinated meetings between the UN Under-Secretary General and defense ministers from numerous countries. He also liaised with the directors of the UN military and the UN police force. This past spring and summer, Major Manley was deployed on Operation Laser and tasked as the second in command of Task Force 36, Domestic Response Company C. In addition to serving as OC Recce at the PEIR, he is also tasked as Plans Officer for the 36th Canadian Battalion Territorial Battle Group. Major Manley proudly wears the Canada Decoration. He is married to Christine, and they have 2 daughters, Caitlin and Danielle. Reflecting on 15 years of military service, Major Manley believes that wearing the uniform is part of his personal identity. Working to develop soldiers is what drives him onward, and at the core of his moral compass is respect for others and respect for oneself. Your Worship, Major Alan Manley. I'd like to invite Corporal Morrison to come forward.
Sure, of course.
Corporal Ian Morrison grew up in Summerside, PEI, as a proud member of the Métis community. In November 2007, he enrolled in the regular force as a military police MP candidate. The MP course at CFB Borden is extremely demanding, and he received the Colonel's Commandant Award as top candidate for his performance. In 2011, prior to his QL5 course, Corporal Morrison suffered an injury and was encouraged to take the course at a later date. He refused and pushed through the pain to graduate, and, as top candidate, was awarded the Colonel's Commandant Award, in part because of the strong vote cast by his fellow course mates who admired his determination. Corporal Morrison was posted to the military police unit in Halifax, where he served for the next 7 years. During that time, Corporal Morrison conducted himself with the highest standard of professionalism and compassion. In particular, he was commended for his ability to respond rather than react to unexpected, difficult situations. In one example, he pulled over a vehicle and the driver was intoxicated. When he learned that that person's child had been recently killed in Afghanistan, he personally ensured the individual's safety and advocated on behalf of the individual with his superiors. For his actions, Corporal Morrison received a unit-level divisional note for his outstanding performance. In 2010, Corporal Morrison was sent to Vancouver and served as Annex Policing Security for the Winter Olympics. Working alongside other MPs and police officers from across Canada, Corporal Morrison regards as a privilege. He was also working in downtown Vancouver the night the Canadian men's hockey team won the gold medal.
It was excellent. It was great. Yeah, it was really cool.
He single-handedly looked after the Hawkins. That too is a remarkable memory that stays with him. In 2012, Corporal Morrison was deployed as second in command to a regional training center, RTC, in Afghanistan, and was also the lead convoy driver for his team. The RTC was located outside of Kabul near Camp Phoenix, where he was tasked as an instructor for members of the Afghanistan National Police and military police. As the danger level increased, his role was altered, and he continued his exceptional work in various MP roles. For his exceptional work, he received a strong command review and commendations in theater. In 2010, Corporal Morrison had a serious car accident which resulted in ongoing migraine headaches. Despite his resolve to push through the pain, 4 years later he was medically released. Since that time, Corporal Morrison has worked tirelessly on behalf of veterans, especially advocating and supporting those suffering from PTSD. Corporal Morrison experienced the grief of PTSD personally when he lost one of his closest military friends, a man he considered a true brother in arms, Petty Officer Second Class Andrew Cullum, to PTSD just a year ago in November 2019. and Andrew's parents, Major Retired Mark Cullum and Maria Cullum, are here this evening, and I'd like to acknowledge them. Corporal Morrison proudly wears the Canadian Armed Forces Military Police Medal, the Métis Veterans of Canada Military Service Medal, the Canadian Aboriginal Service Medal, and the General Campaign Star Southwest Asia. Corporal Morrison is married to Rochelle, and they love being parents to their 3.5-year-old daughter, Willow Pearl Carolyn Morrison. Corporal Morrison is proud to be part of a family that has served in the Canadian military for generations. In reflecting on his own career, he believes it was a privilege to serve and feels a comradeship and pride for all veterans. Your Worship, Corporal Ian Morrison.
Good photo op. Thanks, Jones.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite Chief Petty Officer, 2nd Class, Mark Nichol, to come forward.
No.
Chief Petty Officer, 2nd Class, Mark Nichol was born in Halifax and grew up in St. John's, Newfoundland. In June of 1982, he enrolled in the Royal Canadian Navy and attended the Summer Youth Employment Program at Her Majesty's Canadian Ship Cabot in St. John's. At the end of the summer, Chief Petty Officer, 2nd Class Nichol applied to continue with the Naval Reserve and was assigned the trade of cook. In May of 1983, he traveled to Halifax to attend General Military Training Phase 3 and then to CFB Borden for his trade qualification training. Promoted to leading seaman in October of 1983, he participated in both part and full-time training in HMC ships Port Saint Jean, Port St. Louis, Fort Steele, and the patrol boats Rapid and Raleigh. In June of 1987, he completed his junior leadership course and was assigned to teach the SYEP in HMCS Cabot. For the next 6 years, he was employed as the senior cook there. In June 1993, he was employed as a cook instructor at the Canadian Forces School of Administration and Logistics. In January 1994, he was posted to Base Foods CFB Halifax, and in September of that year was posted to HMCS Moresby as senior cook. In December of 1995, Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol was posted in HMCS Glace Bay's shore office as the senior cook. And on 26 October 1996, he had the honor of being the first sailor to cross the brow of the newly commissioned HMCS Glace Bay. Until August of 1999, he sailed in Glace Bay, where the crew participated in various naval exercises and operations. In 2000, he rejoined HMCS Cabot as senior cook. Then in 2001, he was posted to Toronto to serve as unit recruiter at HMCS York. In 2003, he accepted the position of unit recruiter at HMCS Queen Charlotte in Charlottetown. In January 2005, Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol was promoted to his current rank, and in March 2006, he was appointed coxswain of HMCS Queen Charlotte. Between 2001 and 2007, he taught basic training at Naval Reserve Training Division, CFB Borden, where he instructed over 900 recruits. In 2008, he was appointed as the Planning Officer at the Canadian Forces Liaison Council Secretariat at National Defence Headquarters in Ottawa. In October 2012, he was sent to Quebec City to serve as National Outreach Coordinator at Naval Reserve Headquarters. Then in July of 2015, he moved back to Ottawa, where he was appointed Occupation Manager, Support Trades at Naval Headquarters. In July of 2017, he was made Regional Outreach and Attractions Manager for the Atlantic Region. which permitted Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol to return to HMCS Queen Charlotte in Charlottetown, where he continues to serve as Chief Cook and is the culinary gourmet of the unit's New Year's Day chowder that has become renowned.
This year?
Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol resides in Charlottetown and is active in the community, including volunteering at St. Paul's Anglican Church. Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol proudly wears the Canada Decoration with 2 clasps and the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal. Looking back on nearly 40 years of military service, Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Nichol is grateful for the naval members who mentored him and for those he has been able to mentor as well. He takes great pride in the students he has instructed over the years, as well as the friendships with his military colleagues. Your Worship, Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class, Mark Nichol.
We're going to miss the chowder this year,
That's
right?
right.
You sure you're not going to have something down there?
I'll be in Newfoundland.
We might have
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our awards for this evening. Before our closing words, I would like to acknowledge the Mayor's Executive Assistant, Jill Stewart, for all of her incredible dedication and hard work in making tonight's event possible. And also my thanks to Jen Gavin, the Mayor's Senior Communications Officer, for all of her efforts, and for everyone else in the city who worked behind the scenes. We appreciate it. Honored veterans, on behalf of His Worship Philip Brown and Charlottetown City Council, we honor you and we wish you Godspeed in all the years ahead. Thank you for being here this evening. God bless you all. You are dismissed. And just before you all leave, veterans, if we can have a group photo, that would be great. And where do you want to be?
How do you want to do it here? Do you want, you have 5 of them?
5, okay. So I figured just in front of the microphones here, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can we get the 5 of you lined up in front here? Are you going to pick it up? He's going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, once we've got everyone here.
Stay here. So I think we probably have the same place at some point. Alan, can we get you over here?
Yeah.
So he's going to tell you how to do it.
Not accepting anybody. I was the only one. The rest of the law did.
So how come we never have dinners, combining dinners anymore?
Everywhere.
And can you stand there?
Sure.
And to do traditions, different traditions and stuff.
Front goes. Oh, so everybody should stand at attention, all right? Us retired people do what we like. This type's the bell.
That's a group. That's a group there. You guys will be on council here. Good job.
No thanks. The uniform protects us from politics.
All right. If we have them take their masks off, can we stagger it? One forward, one back,
Or we
one
just
forward,
hold
one
it
back?
back.
We can, yes.
When you're done. I'd like some pictures too without their masks on.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that now. We can just do
Shall I?
it. Yeah.
All right, so, yeah.
Step forward, stay here. My pleasure. And then you stay where you are, you step forward, you stay where you are, you step
Yeah,
forward.
we're just right now.
You're the photographer.
Mercy.
One more there, folks.
Just like that.
Your arm is just serving. We'll do one more, that's it. There we are.
And there we are.
And can we get his worship in with them as well?
Can we get some of the council too?
Whatever you'd like, sir, absolutely.
That's up to you guys.
And the mayor and the deputy mayor?
Yeah, that's all, bring us all in.
Congratulations on the 3.5
Oh, thank you.
You want to keep Steve in too? Not a member and.
They can-
Whatever you want. You tell me how you
Just
want.
switch lenses here.
That's not saying anything.
Sure.
At the back.
Yeah.
Are you Stacy?
You know, might be a good idea.
Not that I know.
Okay, good answer. Nick,
on the phone?
you know.
Well, it's actually with Nichol.
Okay, well then he.
So from Guernsey, I don't know,
Do you want to go forward, back again?
Whatever you guys wish.
you got the mayor's phone, man. There's not much on it anyways.
Trust us.
So we mask or no mask?
No mask.
No mask, and let's go forward, back again.
Oh,
just to be
okay.
On the safe side.
Oh, yeah.
And you're good, step forward, that's it, great.
Stacy, maybe?
Yeah, I'm
good.
Just can you get in? Yeah, I get in here somewhere.
Can you get him?
And the two mayors stand beside you at the same time.
Everybody else got no mask.
Okay. Big smile.
Can you see?
I throw the other
Yeah,
phone right away.
Yeah.
There's a weight can up there.
Just don't read those texts.
Just take selfies.
Yeah, you don't blame him.
I thought they said go to church.
I do.
Got one more.
That's right.
guys, I'm in your box.
Well done.
Praise the Lord.
Okay.
One more.
And then we got the official phone.
You guys should start charging royalties.
That's right.
We knew you were loving.
There we go.
Okay.
I want you to sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big smile.
And one more quick one. That's a lot of people.
You want one with yourself and the recipients?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah.
So, you just hang on, recipients, you're doing great. They can get one with the mayor and the recipients staggered without masks? Sure.
I shouldn't ask him if he wants to get your pictures.
Yeah.
Are we good?
I was doing my side shot, so.
I'm always swapped out because I've been.
You go ahead.
I know.
I'll let you be senior service for a little bit.
Serve two different.
That first time, I'm gonna go on the bus off second.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I'll let them do it.
Senior service.
Vegas always used to be my front right?
I don't know, Recky's kind of out there too.
No fighting, come on, no fighting. We're all friends.
Yeah, from the chair force here?
One sec. Can you take a step this way? You take a step this way, and you step forward just a hair. You can come almost to this block. Yeah, perfect.
And now smile.
Oh, I'll make this guy.
Yeah.
One more. One more quick guy.
No, that's fine.
Can I slip in the side for one?
Yeah, of course. Or you want him?
No.
Actually, it might be better
Actually,
to go
yeah.
up front.
Let's just go,
Yeah.
Yeah, to the side.
I'll get you guys stand by each other.
Okay.
Step forward here.
Both of us.
Yeah, and then you in the back just step that way just a bit. Perfect.
6 feet?
Yeah, sort of.
We'll pretend it's 6 feet.
More or less.
Forward. One more.
Okay.
Add some space. There we go.
Good one. The
Can
mayor
I
and
get
the
in
deputy
with
mayor as
one
well.
for the town of Cornwall?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really get the mayor through the Steve on.
Yeah.
Can we just do?
Is this one here?
Mayor Ogden?
use my camera there, I'll get a really good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you've been to the beach in Alert?
A couple times.
I've been there, I helped build it.
Yeah?
Do you want to know what it's called, the beach? You have a truck, you want to say?
Basically, just.
Oh, that right?
Right there.
I was up there maybe
Mayor
four,
Ogden?
Space there.
I think.
He's gonna switch in.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna go behind you. He's too tall.
All right, everybody looking at me, smiling.
That was four.
And one more quick one. Perfect.
All right, so I'm just saying.
Thanks, Howard.
That's your thing?
Yeah, one's good.
And then just a Nichol.
Okay,
Great.
you're doing a good job there.
All over the place.
What grade are you?
Sorry?
What grade are you?
Grade 12, so we're just wrapping up.
Julie's at Colonel Ray.
Oh, yeah. I'm at Blue.
Bloomfield.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I have a lot of friends that work there.
Oh, that's great.
School counselor. Yeah, I teach CO, but, yeah, Jeff McDonald worked with me for a lot of years.
Oh, yeah.
Where you get that shot of the movie photos.
Oh, yeah, I know
I
that
used to
well.
work Elliott River.
Yeah, the phone number.
Oh, no, no, no. No, no,
I am
no.
from right now.
I hate standing in front of veterans.
Yeah, so do I. Huh?
Front center.
How do we?
Might be easier.
Whatever.
He's 9 feet tall.
We're the same height. No, you're tall, I don't say, not quite, but.
Just take a step there, and then a couple times.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Mountain is going on.
Okay, I should figure, I do teach one class this semester, CEO, so.
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
Mayor, still get the picture?
There we go.
This is the most important photo.
That's right, Dad.
This is going over Stratford.
Yeah, there you go.
9739.
There we go. There we go. There too.
Thank you all for your service. Thank you very much. Great speaking with you.
Thank you.
You guys are living this year?
Congratulations. and thank you for your service.
Actually, it's
Thank you,
kind
sir. I think thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, good to see you.
Alan, thank you.
So,
Congratulations.
trophies out there, they're all.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Check the website out though, there's a.
Great to celebrate.
That started then.
It's like my dad. He was married. I'll tell you what.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Much deserved.
Great job. Great speaking, boy.
He goes a lot of
You've probably done that, though. Yeah.
Well, it's good to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a very expressive, express emotions and everything very well. It's great ability.
Always great to see you.
Take care, Heather.
Thank you for your work.
Oh, me?
See you now, cookie.
Yes, thank you for that.
You make these yourself?
Yeah. Take a few.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll take one for free. Thanks a lot.
Yay.
See you later, guys. See you, Corey. Okay, great. Did you have a cookie?
But there's nobody else left.
She's like the police, she'll smell it like a home. Oh, tell me about it. Talk about
The kids will leave those.
Yeah.
it. Really good. Is it up?
Right, I know, right. I don't know what he wants.
And then you.
Because I'm not saying that I'll basically have that door, it's not the way.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants.
Who wants you?
The mayor.
There he is there.
Chris is calling you.
Hi.
All right.
Ah,
Where's my wallet?
on my desk, I think.
It is.
Yes.
Keys.
Mine.
Mine.
Mine. I think he went to the front door, Julie. Yep. Huh?
Oh, thank you. Take the move to the girls.
Yes.
That's great. Great job, Jill.
Thank you. Great job for you,
You know.
too.
You pulled it off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is still on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.